次のゲームはラビッツゴーホーム、カテゴリーはオールミッション、ミッションズ、かつレースということで、世界3位の方と4位の方がどうやらレースをされるようですが、初めに申し上げておきましょう。ラビッツですが、UBI の、マスコットキャラクターのような存在であるということ以外、何も存じ上げません。
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to AGDQ 2025.
何もわかりません。
Vaen herself, and I am so excited to be here with you all. We have some incredible runs coming up.
このゲーム、
Rabbits up next, and then we've got UFO 50.
日本でも発売はどうやら、
So excited,
発
everybody.
売されているようなのですが、
But before we get into those, we have a couple more amazing things we've
ま
got
だ
to do.
一切のことは不明です。
One of our incredible things
そ
we
の通
do
り。
here at GDQ.
というわけで、
which is
もし、チャット欄に、そうです、マリオとコラボしたゲームがね、ありました。ラビッツです。というわけですね。全くわからないぜっていう状況なので、もしね、チャット欄に、有識者の方いらっしゃいましたら、助けてください。おそらくわからないっていう状態でずっと見続ける感じになると思いますのでそう、おそらくこのキャラ見たことあるなっていう方はたくさんいらっしゃると思うんですが、実際にゲームに触れたことがあるという方はあんまりいらっしゃらないんじゃないかなという気がします。私も、名前しか、存じ上げないっていう状況なので。
We've got some absolutely fantastic stuff coming up, including that UFO 50 run. We've got Upgrade Warp Tank Gold to Cherry as an incentive open right now. We are 71% of the way there, which means we have a little bit less than $3,000. We need to meet that during that UFO 50 run.
ちょっとどういうゲームかだけでも調べてみましょうか。
very, very excited for UFO 50 and also for
先にやっておけって
Super
ことな。
Meat Boy. We've got $25 from Cthulhu who says found out about GDQ
先にやっておけ
almost
という
10 years
話も
ago
あり
from
ま
the
すが、
Super Meat Boy run at SGDQ 2016. So I would love to see even more Super Meat Boy today with an all light levels run.
任天堂のホームページから、ちょっと読み上げさせていただきます。ソフト紹介、シュールな見た目でどこかシニカル。そんなラビッツたちがスーパーマーケットや病院、空港などを舞台にやりたい放題。故郷に帰るためには手段を選ばず、手当たり次第に物を集めちゃう。ラビッツたちの目的は故郷に帰るために大きな塊を作ること。そのため街でいろんなものを集めます。集めるものは日用品からペット、さらには人々の洋服まで剥ぎ取っちゃうから街は大混乱。思いがけない場所に隠れているものもあるから、街中を走り回っていろんなものを見つけよう。家族や友達と協力プレイもできるよ。とのことです。で、邪魔する敵。
Alright, and you know what I'm getting word of, chat? I'm getting word that Rabbids Go Home is ready to go. We've got Vaen, we've got Jaxler. Let's hop right into it! Woo!
テンション高えな。お、画面来
Alright,
ますか
everybody, what's
ね。
good?
来ました
This is
ね。
the Rabbits Go Home crew coming in with an all missions race. I hear y'all. So glad y'all got up for this. I super appreciate it. We are going to do a race of all missions on the PC version. We'll explain a little more what that means later on. But to get introductions out of the way, I am Jaxler. I'm going to be one of your two runners today. And if you two want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Vaen. I'm going to be one of the other rabbits in the shopping cart, and we're also joined by a wonderful commentator.
Hi, I'm
それ
Ludovic
か
J.
ら、
I'm going to be another
PC
rabbit
版
in the
が
shopping
存
cart,
在
and
して
I
い
am a
て、
rabbits
今回走られるのは PC 版ですね。
hard slept on speed game. Like this game is goofy and it's also just the perfect length. It's not too long.
家族友達とかそういう寂しいこと言うなやめて。
This game cooks. It's so ridiculous. So, to give you an overview of what you're going to see, we're going to be doing 16 different missions on the PC version as quickly as possible, by any means necessary. So we have a specific level order that we're going to go through. We'll kind of explain the methodology behind that. But I think we're good to go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So time is going to begin as soon as we hit level select. But Lunatic J and I guess the crowd, if you'd like to help count us in, we're going to start from 5 and get started on go. You ready?
I'm ready. All right. 5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2, 1, go! Good luck!
All right, good luck.
Good luck, homie. So you got a little bit of a
いい
cutscene here
ね
at the
こう
start.
いうソーシャル同士のコミュニケーション。
So I would best describe this game as a Mario Kart platformer, which sounds really bizarre, but we're 2 rabbits in a shopping cart, and the base plot of this game we'll kind of get into in a second. We do a little bit of a cutscene here, skip here right at the start of the run, just by scooting over the top because they didn't make the ceiling big enough. And we're going to get introduced to a couple of characters. We're going to see a lot. This is Barney and Nurse
こ
Betty.
こからは何もわかりません。よろしくお願いいたし
We're
ます。
bringing back the romantic side plots, I guess. This is like a whole thing. But Lunatic J, would you care to explain, like, what is this game about?
Okay, so the rabbits are sleeping in their home, the junkyard. They're taking a nice nap on their light bulbs, but then they see a big glowing orb in the sky. It's the moon, and they think that would be the perfect spot to nap. We gotta go home, the moon. So they decide the best way to go to the moon is just go break into the city and just steal all the humans' junk and build a giant junk pile to the moon. Which is what the rabbits do, because they're collecting all these small objects in the levels, and there's a big XL object at the very end, which is what the levels are focused on.
Yeah, so because this is an
今回
all
は
missions
80%
run,
では
we
なくて
actually
all
don't
missions
really
という
care
こと
all
なの
that much
で
about picking up the objects themselves. Our goal is just to get to the end of each mission as
全
quickly
ステ
as
ージ
possible
ってい
by
うこと
any
なの
means
かな。
necessary. We're doing a little bit of a corner cut here by using the bois attack to give us a slow fall state, which allows us to cut that corner and skip some of the intended platforming there. And then we're going to be seeing the first example of something called wind stacking. We're going to mash the pause button as we go up and over this vent, and that's going to give us extra height to get, I think we both hit it. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
So that's going to get us up and over a cutscene, which saves
あれだ
about 7 seconds, I believe. And then we're
がっ
going
つ
to
り
see
グリッチみ
another
たいな
example
感
of
じ
it
の
where we're going to
まあ
use it to
グ
get
リッ
up
チ
and
とか
out
テク
of
ニックか
bounds. And this section's going
入
to
りま
look
した
really
ね。
cool. So we're just going to lock in here for a second. We're going to get a lot of height here.
あ
Smash a bunch. We both get up and over. That's going to get us into the next room.
ーどこに行くん
And
で
then
す
I
か
do something right there called a 180 turn where I let go of the run button as soon as I land from the ramp. That's going to cause me to instantly pivot and get back to full speed a bit faster. So I will be going for something here. I
あれです
never
ね
get it in a way
が
that's
っつり
fast,
ジャン
but
プ
we'll
していっ
see.
た上に
Now
壁
it was
抜け
a
ま
little
したね
early. We'll talk about elevator proxies a bit later. But we're chilling here for a bit. We're just doing kind of some of the intended puzzles. The way that this all missions is structured is we're starting out with the 4 missions that don't allow us to do Mario Kart mini turbos. We get those out of the
ゲー
way
ムの
early
内容
so
分
we
から
can
なくて
kind
も
of
やっ
get
てる
you
ってことは
all, I
す
guess,
ごい分かる素晴らし
desensitized
い
to the nonsense that goes on in this game. I mean, literally, we're 2 rabbits in a shopping cart. We're yelling at people, and we yell at people, and that removes their clothing off of their personnel. And this is our first XL object. This is going to be Barney in the bubble bed. Lunatic, would you care to explain how this level gimmick works?
Yes, so at the end of each level, you'll
さっきの
grab an XL object. Sometimes the level ends immediately, but a lot of the time you have to carry it back to the
さっきの
extraction
重症っ
point.
ぽ
The
い
bubble
患
bed
者
is
さ
a
ん
unique XL item because it has an ability to allow you
連
to
れて行ってしまっ
have 3 jumps. So you get like 1 jump and you
倫理
like
的に
have a
大丈夫なんですか
floaty
ね
jump and you fall down pretty slowly, and it allows you to take these big cuts across these buildings. But because it's kind of slow and floaty, we want to have as much ground movement as possible when we're doing these bubble
さ
bed
っきのね
sections.
エレベーターの視
Yeah, a
線
lot of
とい
these
う
bubble
か
bed areas are like low key
カメ
a
ラワー
lot
クという
trickier
か
than they look, just because
表
like
現すごい
you
良かったで
want
す
to
ね
like minimize that
おしゃれだった
airtime, and it can be kind of hard to tell where you're going to land. You're also going to notice that there are like 6 Capri Sun ads on this building to the left here. This game released in like the Respect the Pouch era of Capri Sun, so they're
Yeah, be sure to respect the pouch.
yeah.
everybody.
Don't forget. Hashtag pouch watch. Hashtag Rip Bozo. But while we're getting kind of towards the end of the level here, Lunucha J, would you like to go into like why we're playing on the PC version and like what the difference is between the Wii version and this?
Right, so the Wii version is a full-on structured single-player game with an ending and a story where they have like over 30 levels and you progress through
も
each
しかして
level
普
as
通
you
に
get
面白い
tired
ゲー
of
ムなのかもしれ
pile.
ないぞ。
And this game is more structured like a demo because it's a strange release. This is an abandonware PC game that was released only in select European countries.
とりあえずゲーム説明では、手段を選ばないらしいの
This is like
で、
the one disc release, and it only has about 16 levels in it.
彼らは
And you don't have to collect objects because there's no progression. It's just a list of missions, and they're not even listed in the order that they were in the Wii game on the menu, which is why we're kind of scrolling the menu weirdly than just doing them all in order as they're listed in the PC version.
Right.
So that's why we're doing an all missions run. And it also turns out to be just a perfect speedrun category length because the Wii any percent's like 2 hours long.
All right, so we're getting to the next level, nick of time here. You can look on the
さっ
painting
きの
here. You can see the spitting image of Joe Biden. Everybody
おじい
say
ちゃんがどう
hello,
なった
Joe
のか分
Biden.
かりませんが、次のステージに入ったようです。
All right, so it's not Joe Biden, but very, like you said, very uncanny. Anyways, we're gonna pick up this water jug here. It's not really seen in any of the other levels in this port, but we're gonna use it. It kinda, just kind of auto locks onto people. You just kind of throw it in their general direction. We're gonna shift the close, and then we're gonna move on to
Yeah,
the
we're gonna look for an
elevator.
elevator proxy here going up. So we're gonna hold a specific angle, hold the run button, and then try to
いい
block.
ね。
Oh, I got it. Oh,
Got it.
nice.
You gotta
So
be up a little bit.
I like shoot forward during the cutscene there, and that's because instead of like the elevator actually moving you up and down like in real space,
あれか、
it just teleports you from
クリア
one
後
room to
の
another
多
after
分
animation. So you can
ムービ
actually
ーという
make
か演
use
出
of
みた
that
いなのを
in order
省
to
略
like
す
get
る
a
ため
ton of
に一
speed.
回
And right here we're gonna do
あれなのか
what's
な
called a wiggle clip.
タイトルに戻っているっ
The
てい
game
う
will
感じ
give
な
it
の
to
か
me.
な。
There we go. And then we're going to go right over here. Oh no.
Okay, I think.
さっきのオ
Okay,
ー
I
プニ
think
ン
what
グ
I'm
に
gonna
も
do
出
here,
てい
it's
た
gonna take a
時
long
計です
time to kind of
ね
get。back there. I'm just gonna kind of wait for you to
Yeah.
go back, and then I'm just gonna go back in.
Yeah, so that's something we kind of agreed upon going into that because there's a couple of skips that are just like so. Whenever you fall too far out of bounds in this game, there's no like void out mechanic at all.
Yeah, you're
やった
about.
気がし
You're
ます
just
ね。
doomed.
You're completely doomed.
So for like the spirit of the race, we're gonna go ahead and like I'm gonna get to the end of the level here.
Okay.
There's actually, funnily enough, there's an even harder way of doing that, which we've kind of dubbed Joe Biden skip, because you skip going past Joe Biden. But
It's so tight.
yeah.
You just pretty much cut that corner like
Yeah.
after you clip into the elevator. It's super.
Yeah.
It hasn't been hit in a run.
Yet, but we'll see how that goes.
So into the next level, shop till you drop. This level is built in an interesting way where this first upcoming area is right above
ってしかいないな、
end
もう
level
さっき
trigger,
から
and in all these levels, the end level trigger is always present. There's no real like clear condition other than just hitting the end wall. So we're gonna use that to our advantage here. I'm gonna go past these cans here. I think Jaxler
やりたい放
slightly
題だ
ahead
な、
of me
本
by
当に。
like half a second, but you're gonna see here we're gonna push up against this gate here, and we're gonna try and pretty much do that same thing we were doing in Nick of Time, where we just want to.
Nice, I got it, okay.
Okay, nice. You saw it there. I got it too. Okay.
Okay, we both got really.
左
All right,
の
that
人
can be
何か
really
起きてたので、
So nice,
Very,
nice.
very good.
That level is really long because it's like I think like the second level in the game casually, and it's like you don't have access to your turbo yet. So this is the last of the 4 levels in this port that does not have access to the mini turbo mechanic. So once we get past Whacker Rapids, like the run is gonna like start snowballing in terms of like speed potential. So coming up in Whacker Rabbit here, there's not too much to note at the well, I guess does it make sense to start setting up for Whacker Rabbit skip?
I believe so. I mean,
Yeah.
first off, we got this security guard. We take his badge so he can't
判
clock
定
out.
が
And then
存
we
在しなくて
finally
奈落
figure
に
out
落ちちゃっ
who
たりと
let
か
the
ね、
dogs after all this time. And obviously, you know, we need stuff. Those dogs
あ、ペッ
count
トも
as
そういえ
stuff.
ば、
Yeah, we're gonna go pick
回
all
収
of
で
them
きるというふう
up
に
right
ね
And、all of the roast chicken that's
ゲー
on
ム
their
の紹介
person.
にありましたので
So we got the Chihuahua fight here. Our goal is to kind of sit in the corner. They kind of work like the
拾ってい
boos
く
in
の
the
かな？
Mario games, where if you look at them, they get scared. So I think I have one more. There we go. And we have a very specific lineup that we do, and we listen for audio cues to know when kind of that last Chihuahua tends to be the tricky one. But we're going to attempt to do something here called a ramp proxy in order to, you'll see. I won't spoil it quite yet, but this is a pretty flashy trick.
A little silly.
I didn't quite get the tilted part, unfortunately.
Going for the tube. Nice.
Nice, nice.
おー、どこに行ったあれか、一気に壁抜け
Yeah,
し
but it's
て
a really tricky
ゴールに
sting to nail,
いったっ
because
てこと
if
か
you
な。
miss it and fall in the void, you fall for a long time and have to play through that first section all
There
over
we go.
again.
I finally got the
Hold.
boost. Okay.
で、
Hold tight.
もう一人の方も成功です
We're
ね。
so back.
We're
Alright, so we're
also
getting
so
into
back
rules
with
for
a really important announcement. Sorry to cut it.
Oh, no, go for
short.
it.
Go for
We
it.
have just opened our first bonus game of the event. It's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, let's go.
2 players, 1 controller. We've got that at $75,000, and we need to beat that by the start of the run. So chat, this is a 2-for-1 donation period. If you donate towards the upgrade Warp Tank Gold to Cherry or upgrade to all light levels, which we really want to meet soon, then you'll also contribute towards that bonus game. Let's get some amazing donations in for Rabbids. I am loving this. Oh, and did I mention I went into this game blind? So I'm hearing things like Joe Biden skip and yell to remove clothes. It's incredible.
Oh my goodness. So,
All right.
while we're here, actually, Lunatic J, can you cover what's kind of going on with the movement here?
Yeah.
Yes, so now they're playing levels where they're allowed to charge up a boost while moving in their cart, and that allows them to release a boost when they charge up enough sparks, and this is used for a movement tech Jaxler just did, and you're going to see through all throughout the run, called bois boosting. So by getting a boost off of a ramp with that boost, and then bois-ing after you leave the ramp, you get like an extra bit of momentum and allows you to cover more ground. The bois are so useful because you can use it to air stall, you can use it to cover more distance, and you're going to see it up ahead. It's going to use it to just clear wide gaps, clear fight triggers, even like skip gates for faster lines and faster movement. Oh no,
Missed that one.
there.
Gonna have to go all the way around, but yeah,
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a precise timing to get it.
Yeah, but bois boosting is just a really great tech because it's so versatile. You can use it in so many inclines all throughout. Like, I want to see if Jaxler hits this bois boost over here and gets over the railing.
Best of luck.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice. I'm going to go for an out of bounds here and try to bois boost over the gap. I can't believe that. Okay. That's
Nice.
you have to do a really weird timing on the bois boost there. And then there's going to be like one strat that we're going to see in like the third Sandro section that if we go quickly enough and do a specific bois boost, we can actually just block Sandra out of like traversing past the gate, which causes a boundary like blocker to not spawn properly. And so we can just pass right through it, and that saves us even more time. And then I'm going to go for a bois boost right here. There's technically ways that you can skip both of these lobber fights, but they are incredibly difficult. And the second one in particular can cause you to fall through the world, which we saw happen to Vaen earlier. And as you can expect, restarting a level this like movement heavy and this long would be really brutal.
Damn.
Oh, not quite. So
Almost cut it.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a time loss there because getting past that first gate with the bois boost saves so much time.
yeah, we'll see if I get this here. I think I'm on pace.
Nice.
So I hit the bois boost. We're going to shut the gate behind Sandra. This is going to lock her out because she has collision for some reason. So that also allows me to bois boost off of that. Nice. And then this is going to take us... Hey, look, it's Joe Biden again. We're going to go ahead and grab the desk here. Something we haven't mentioned as well is that per the rules of the community, as soon as you see the wall break at the end of each of these missions, you are allowed to leave. So we're going to be just hopping into Bubble Bed Bonanza here. We've got a pretty lengthy cutscene here at the start of this mission before we go into a bit of a tricky bois boost that you'll see. So say this would be a great time to pop in. You know, hopefully you're not completely traumatized by this game yet, but we'll see.
Yes, absolutely. I am here. Also, I wanted to correct, it's actually not a 2-for-1, but that doesn't mean you can't split your incentive between the bonus game, which we want to see. Let's get that Breath of the Wild on schedule and all of our other amazing incentives. And we've got some absolutely incredible donations for y'all. We've got $25 from Hasfar, who says, this run really reminds me of the 1979 masterpiece, The Wall.
I love you, Hasfar.
We've also got $25 from Shovel Claws, who says, so proud to see 2 of my best friends on the stage, especially Vaen, who is so deserving to sit next to one of the all-time greats on stage. It's everywhere.
Thank you, Claus.
All right, so we just so I think I got it first try and
yeah,
Vaen got it
a
second.
Tries, so.
It's pretty tricky. It's a really you need like max distance in order to hit it, and then I just completely whiffed. Oh my god, give me a boost charge. Getting a boost charge sometimes is like really obnoxious for no reason, so I just completely threw the lead I just picked up.
Yeah, you're really gonna drift in a certain way.
That's actually a fight you can also skip with one of those wiggle clips that you saw us do in the nick of time. But you have to do 2 of them, and it sucks. So nope, no thank you.
服を剥ぎ取るとも言ってま
much
したか
better
ら
to just
ね。
go for the consistency.
お洋服も持っていきま
That's
す。
kind of like an interesting theme between like the two of us as runners. Like Vaen tends to opt for like the more consistent approach, but I tend to go for like the really like risky stuff because it's fun
For the fans.
for the people.
Yeah, Jaxler likes to go big and Rabbids go home. Oh, or rather go big
Is that
or
gonna
Rabbids go
miss?
home.
That's tragic.
You missed a bomb.
I missed a bomb unfortunately, but I got a quick backup, so we're chilling.
Yeah, we're about even.
Yeah. But pretty much like any weird like raised bump in a surface, basically anytime you like dash that puts you in an airborne state, you can wall boost out of. So you're gonna see me attempt to do one out of this vent here with a really funky camera angle, just like that. And then, hey, look, it's the bubble bed again.
何ですかこ
We
れ
get to
は。
see the entire storyline. Great line from Barney here, by the way. Yeah, this is a video game that released.
Yeah,
So-
this is just
Fun fact.
peak 2009 right here. Oh, I thought you
So
got
I got
triple
two. I got
damage.
two.
ここは
I
普
got
通
two
に
for
倒してい
free.
くんだね。
So there is a clip that you can do to skip this. I have hit it before, but I'm kind of the race is really close right now. So I'm just like for the sake of the vibes, I'm just like trying to keep it close.
Yeah, throwing more wall clips into the mix is just
It's the devil's errand.
like that NPC I ran
各
past.
ステージに
Oops.
だからこれ
Yeah,
さっき
we
のお
are
じいちゃんじゃな
going
い？
in for another one of these here. We're gonna be doing,
Yeah.
so we're gonna see some of the boost
Ma-
stuff into play here. We're gonna teach you if you want to cover that.
くるくる。
Yes, so an additional mechanic of the bubble bed now that we have the boost ability is that if we boost, we get a slight pseudo jump where we jump a little bit higher, especially if we boost off an edge, which
また
allows us to
あ
conserve
れです
one
ね、
of our
鬼
three
滅ベッド
jumps
で
so we can use that to take
気球を
even tighter lines. Like, say we didn't even have to use a jump there. It's really good at managing resources when you do that.
まあちょっ
Yeah,
と
something
右
to note while
右
you
側の
are
方
carrying
が
large objects is that you kind of become a lot
優勢かな？
heavier, so you do have to drift a bit differently. It becomes a little harder to get some more wall boosts. Just something to keep in mind when you're trying to
Yeah.
go
There's
fast.
like the
these
cows that we'll
sections.
see later. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get some cows.
Yeah.
They are also notorious for being really annoying to blob boost and like boost tech with. So we're just gonna be chilling here for a bit while listening to some banger tunes. This is one of those games where if you like hear a
外
song
に
in the
出るって
background,
こ
you're
う
like,
いう
is
ことで
that?
はないんだよ
Yeah,
な
it。is that.
It is.
Yeah. That would actually be a good time to read a couple donations.
Yeah.
Oh
big deal
yeah,
when
I
we finish
got
this
him.
out.
I got $10 from Wojo42, who says
That's a
the
big-
rabbits are building a pillar to the heavens. Call that a tower of Bwabel. I'm a sucker for
I
puns.
appreciate
I
it.
absolutely
Yeah,
love it.
I see the vision.
And I've also got $5 from Osborne, who says, if there are 1 million Jaxler and Vaen fans in the world, I'm one of them. If there are 1,000 Jaxler and Vaen fans, I'm one of them. If there are 100 Jaxler and Vaen fans, I'm one of them. If there are no Jaxler and Vaen fans, it's because I'm dead. Good luck, runners, and let's go divorce your friend.
divorce?
Let's go divorce. Let's go divorce, crowd. You all ready for divorce? Let's go.
Can
That's
we
not
get
till
some
later in the run,
divorce
though.
That's not till, like, the-
donations
like
to
the
go to
fourth,
upgrade
we'll
one
get to
day?
that.
Divorce.
Let's do
We're gonna
it.
go kind of quiet mode here because this is one of like the most. This is like the second to last level in the game on the Wii version, and it has some of the trickiest movements. So I think we're just gonna let Lunatic J kind of take over here.
All right, so we are chasing this cow on a truck, and we are going to be taking like some really tight movement. You're going to see a lot of blah boost off of these ramps going through this building here. There's even going to be like some out of bounds shenanigans, and we have to make sure to avoid these oil slicks as well, because oil slicks remove your boost charge, and also it's just really slow. Okay, Jaxler, can you hit this blah boost right here? This is a big
That's
one.
good? Yeah. Nice,
yeah,
nice.
that's a huge one. That's a huge one.
That's so hard.
Yeah. That's the name of the game. These blah boosts are a lot harder than you think they would look, because they just kind of look like a simple boost off and you just time your blah, but no, there's a bit of a trick to that. And now
Yes!
we've got a bit of out of bounds.
Nice.
That one's really risky because if you're just too far to the right, you void out.
Yeah.
Or you have to reset. Yeah.
So Jaxler is going to do some Mario Kart DS snaking along this road until the road collision like disappears over there, so he has to go back inbounds to just travel through the restaurant again and doing some more blah boosts. Yeah, got some.
Yeah, this whole movement section is pretty sick. There's also a out of bounds that we're gonna do that's been in the game for a while, but like we thought was slower, and then Vaen timed it and it was like, hey, this saves like 3 seconds, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay. So we're gonna blah boost off of that ramp right there. That's gonna take us out of bounds, and then there's a bit of geometry that we can also blah boost off of here. That's kind of where the time save comes from, just like that.
I'm on
And-
1 health, by the way. I got
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's scary. Okay, take it safe with the cactus.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Oh, okay. Well, actually, you're doing the out of bounds now. I forgot that you implemented that
Yeah.
yesterday.
All right. So we're gonna crash into the truck here with said
なん
cow.
てこった。
You're gonna notice like the reflections are
そ
all
う
really
ど
weird.
こまで
This-
仕様
it is a
でどこ
miracle
ま
that this
で
PC
グリッ
port not
チ
only
という
exists, but
か
also functions on Windows 11. That was probably our biggest fear coming into
なんていう
this.
のかな
Was
あの
can we
TA
get
のルートなの
Rabbids
かって
Go
いうのが
Home
ね
on
わ
PC
からん
to
な
run
ーっ
on
て感
Windows
じ。
11? And it runs great. It's like actually hilarious.
Oh yeah, I'm just glad we don't have to do any like flashing warnings because I was looking at some old runs on SRC and some of the textures were like seriously messed up. So I'm glad that everything's like working as intended.
Yeah, so they put a bomb on the cow's head.
Straight
Don't
up a
worry
bomb.
about it. We'll get that taken care of once we flush the cow down the toilet. But
I'm gonna take this real
yeah,
careful.
we're kind of going into the mid-game gauntlet now, where we're going to be going through 3 really difficult levels back to back. We've got JPD or Just Plain Dumb into Backwater Rabbids into Bubble Bed Blues.
Ooh, Just Plain Dumb's next?
Yeah, Just Plain Dumb
Oh,
is
this
next.
level's great. This
Yeah.
is like the best movement level in the entire game.
Yeah.
So many boobos, so many fight skips. It's a treat. You're gonna love this.
This might be the single level that got me into running this game when I saw it.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Wabu Central, pretty much.
So we're gonna start by going to the right here because there's a cutscene that plays when you pick up that first traffic cone. We call that respecting the pouch because there's a similar cutscene that plays when you pick up a certain
あと
Capri
とんでも
Sun
ねえものを
pouch
取りに
in
行こうと
Whacker
してる
Rabbits
な。
actually. We forgot to show that off. Dang it. Oh well.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been funny. Yeah, there's a snaking in this game is actually pretty tricky. There's like it doesn't look like it, but like there's a lot of like very
Well,
specific
probably
like stick angles that you have to like manage to snake while also not like losing momentum. There's like a really fine art to it, and it's really fun to master.
Oh yeah, and if you're carrying the XL object, it makes it even trickier.
Yeah. Luckily for us, a lot of the XL items in this port just happen to be in places where we're already by the exit, or we can bypass
Okay,
them
let's see
in
if
some
Jaxler
way.
gets his fight skip.
Nice.
Nice
And then
out
we
of-
got to clip out. Nice. That
お
was
ー
a
抜け
really fast one.
た
Yeah, and because he did that, you're gonna notice that the level's gonna be kind of at a diagonal camera angle because normally you go into like a loading zone and loads this area, so the camera's gonna be messed up for a while.
Oh, I
もう
just
一人の方も
unfortunately, so.
成功ですね。
Okay, we got a trickier Boaboos coming after this.
Yeah, you need a lot of height there. Nice. That skips hitting the
すごいな。
button. It probably would have been just faster at that point for me to go
Oh.
for the, like the normal
エ
way.
イド
but
ありがとうございま
I
す。
get one shot at this
た
fight
だいまの
skip.
ゲームは、
Nice.
Very good.
ラビッツ Go Home、カテゴリーはオールミッションズかつレー
Okay,
ス
let's
で
see if you
す
get。the triple.
Oh, it's
世
not even
界
in position.
え
Okay, I
ー
got
と
it. I got it.
3位の方と
Okay, both of them.
4
Okay,
位の
let's see
方
Vaen can
の
get the
並
triple.
走となっております。
Oh, kind of close.
Almost. I thought about taking some time to line it
Yeah.
up, but
ちな
I
み
was
に
doing
私はこ
IL
の
of
ゲ
this
ーム
in the
全く
practice
知り
room
ませ
earlier,
ん。
and I hit the one in the middle, but not the other two. I was so miffed. I was
全く存じ上げま
pissed
せん
off.
が、
But yeah, we're
とりあえず、故郷に戻るためにさまざまなものを集めながら、いろんなところを回っていく、そういった内容になっているようです。
Got another wall boost here, and then we are gonna go ahead and just. There's going to be a mini boss fight that we have to do, and then we're going to take
ざ
the
っくり
radio.
と
into
やり
that.
たい放
There
題です
is
ね。
a clip that you can do. I'm not going to go for it, but it saves like 4 seconds. So shout outs to Coco Dog who like nails it consistently. That dude is a madman. We'll talk a bit more about Coco Dog probably later.
Absolute beast of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna manipulate this mini
なんか
boss
ボスキャラ
into
みたい
just
なのが
running into the
出てき
corner.
ましたけど、
Every time we boost into an
中
enemy,
身
it
は人間
instantly
でしたね。
strips them of all of their clothing, which acts as an insta kill, and that's gonna be in the end of the JPD.
で目的のものを、
Alright.
手に入れたのでクリアと。
Okay, and now we've got a huge skip coming up here. Kind of a tricky skip here. One of the biggest level skips in a row, Backwater Rabid skip.
yeah, probably the single hardest trick.
Yeah, I'll take the reins explaining this because Jaxler is going to go for a harder
どうやら
variation
ま
that
ああれで
saves
すね、
20 seconds
各
while
ステー
Vane's
ジ
going
ご
to
と
play
に
it safe.
目的
So
のブツ
what
があっ
Jaxler's
て
going to do, there's
そ
a
れを手
ramp
に入れた状
just
態
after
で
the water.
あ
So
の
what
ゴ
he's
ール
going
に
to
向か
do
うこ
is
と
he's
で、
going to take the ramp
ステージ
boost
クリアというふう
backwards
に
and
な
try
る
to
みたい
go
ですね。
underneath. Because going off that boost in the water, it'll make you go underwater and try to go underneath the inflatable, release the boost, and it makes him go up there. So now
何
he's
今
gonna
の
do some tricky out of bounds movement. He has to keep on charging and snaking around in the out of bounds, otherwise
何
he
今の
falls in the void.
あーもうなんかもうわけわかんないとこ通ってるね。
This room, okay, Vaen got
ど
it.
こあ待っていけるかいけるかいけるかいけるか
Is gonna be
い
where
ける
Vaen
ね
will
い
clip
ける
back
いける
inbounds
本当にいけ
to
る
get the XL object, but Jaxler's gonna do some tricky movement to try to skip the XL object. Did he get it? Beautiful!
ああ戻ってきておお
Like perfect. getting that bois boost as you boost out of the water there is so hard.
何もかもスルーし
I
て
did not trust going for that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be at a
左
bit of a
側
deficit
じゃない
here, but
右
it's
側
far from over. We
ゴール
definitely
しました
have
ね
a lot of,
Yeah.
make or
Because
break
this
things.
level, Bubble Bed Boost, can be a great equalizer because it's also a water movement level with some tricky bois
そ
boosts.
してまた
There's one
あれですね
really tricky one at the beginning that if you mess up,
また
you're gonna basically have to restart. But it's not too big of a penalty, really.
So there's those two again.
そしてまたね、
their
鬼
love
滅レ
story
ッド
has
に
progressed further, I
入った
suppose.
ね、
Don't
かわい
worry
そう
about
な
it.
おじいち
Like,
ゃ
I
ん、
would tell you to
患
play
者
the
さん
game
が
to find out, but I'm not
今
even
回の
sure
ター
that
ゲ
would
ッ
be
トみたい
helpful
ですね。
enough. So just trust me that they're doing fine.
Okay, Jaxler's gonna go
Take
for
it
a
as
bois
much as
boost
you
right here.
Yes.
And that
Okay.
skips a huge portion here. This might seem like, oh,
I'm gonna
just
take-
a little bit.
I missed the
You're high.
cycle, but that's fine. You just don't
Yeah.
want to fall in the water. That's a one.
Yeah, that skips a lot more than you think, but also a lot trickier than you think.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, if you miss that, it is faster to restart the level and watch this cutscene again and go for it again.
Yeah.
And then luckily for us, we get a checkpoint right here. I do a bois midair just to make that area a little safer. Some of these ramps that we'll see, it's really unsafe. And then right here, we will, I will shut up for a moment. Here.
Okay, this is a really tricky one. He has to go in the corner and bois.
ことはないけれども
First try? Holy crap!
That is a lot harder than you
二人とも
think. Because when you
グリッ
land
チと
on
いう
that,
か
you have to let go of the accelerate
体の
button
スキッ
and
プに
just shimmy alongside that
成功したみたい
wonky
ですね。
collision there.
I lived!
Oh yeah, that ramp has a random chance of just sending you flying
the
for no
proxy?
reason.
I got the proxy. I didn't get
あと
enough
こうやっ
height
て
to
あ
do
れ
the
ですね、
fast track.
奏者同士がわちゃわちゃしながら
Completely random. It just happens randomly. I never saw
や
that
っ
in
てるの
practice,
おもろくていい
so
ね。
Yeah. It's so sketch. You have to be ready for it.
yeah, this ramp is really
Okay,
sketchy. You have
nice.
to boost here.
Yeah. Good job, Vaen. I saw that out of like the corner of my
あ、
eye.
飛びま
Oh,
した
that was good
ね。
improv right there.
So that skip that Vaen did, you actually have to let go of the run button, otherwise you like slip off the
ちょ
collision.
いちょいね、この
See,
ゲー
here,
ム
I'll do
空を
one better. I kind of like I tap the run button a bit. That's kind
Oh.
of how I learned it. I don't know exactly, but I mean, it works for me. So
Oh, I
Every
would have
copy
had
of
the
Raptors
double
Go Home
there
is personal
if the
knowledge.
game gave me a boost charge,
人
but
間の服も入ります。
unlucky. I'm going to attempt to go for a strat that has been absolutely bodying me in practice.
Oh,
But hopefully at least one of us hits it. It's like
Yeah, we got
totally
a
fine.
really swag.
Oh, I
Kategori
hit
走っ
my
てる
boost
サン
in,
タ。
but that's
う
okay.
ん、
Yeah,
多分
if
ね、
they don't
サンタ
hit-
さん
If
だ
you
と
manage
思う
to。charge the boost mid-air and then release a bois boost the first time, you could just fly over like the spiked ones there. It's a really good time save.
Yeah, and this movement room right here is also just
Yeah,
really
just
sick.
take it out
That
of there,
ramp
no,
right
no.
there actually will give you a free boost charge for some reason. Very few ramps work like that, so we're gonna do. I'm gonna wait on this cycle just for safety.
Okay,
Vaen, let's see if you get the
左側
bois boost. No.
Yeah,
方
you
が
also
右
fight
側
to
右側の方が、
I was
優
wondering why I
勢
did
という
that.
か
It's all
I'm
good.
just gonna
進行している
go
状況
under
ですね。
these real quick. Try and all right, you know.
Please go
あ
around.
の左右網なのでちょっとね、
Okay, go around.
I will just go around.
Also, another banger of a line
見
from
てる
Barney
光景
here.
とあの
So
行
if
ってる
you
方
hold
向
into
が
this
ね
corner,
逆に
you
な
can
るこ
just
と
go
が
underneath
今
that.
ナチュラルに抜けたなおい
And。then Lunatic J, do you want to explain this real quick?
Okay, so Jaxler did a small corner cut
ある
on
んで
that
すが
ramp. It might
ご
not
了
seem
承く
like
ださい
much, but because he cut the ramp, that means these inflatables don't pop up, and he could just ride them up instead of having to do the slow cannonball rapid. Oh, yeah, you're not exiting out yet.
Yeah, not yet. No. I'm so used.
Yeah,
to,
take your
usually
finger off the trigger,
bubble
buddy.
bed. Yeah, the bubble bed levels are usually kind of like
そして
once
ね、
we get the XL
あの
object, it's kind of just like
とりあえずね、
practicing the
あ
route.
の
Also, I want to shout out Vaen
エレ
for
ベーター
telling
では
me to
回
do
ると。
this strat. I didn't realize you could just do this, and I would always like take the ramp.
Yeah, I mean, I just got that from Kokodago.
Yeah. Once again, shout outs to Kokodaga. So I did something a little bit
基本
different
的
here on
に
this slate, where I actually
ベッドは
land on the
気を
water
使えと。
platforms for a little extra speed. Like Lunatic J said, you really want to maximize your ground time as much as possible, and you get a little like extra speed if you use like the slip and slide platform here. And I'm gonna boost off of here. That's gonna get me up and over here. And then with some of these ramps, if you boost early enough, you can kind of get an extended boost. You can't bois boost while I don't think we mentioned that you cannot bois boost while you have this XL object equipped. But yeah, otherwise not too much going on. There's gonna look like a couple of jumps that look kind of dicey, but don't worry about it. We know what we're doing.
It's chill.
We're
何
big
のなんかどういう
chilling.
ゲームか全く知らないけれども、なんとなく見てたら何をするゲームか分かってきたっていう不思
First, we've
議
got
な
a $5
現象が起きて
donation
いる
from。the Maverick Girl who says, "Can we get a $5 dono train to respect the pouch?" And I would absolutely love to see a pouch respecting $5 donation train. Can we do that at 30 minutes? And can those donations go towards upgrade warp tank gold to cherry? We are only about $2,000 away from meeting that. That is so close. UFO 50 is our next run, so we really want to get that met. Let's get that dono train going. Bwah! We've also got $5 from Anarchy, who says, shout out the win to meet. Also, hi, vaen from Anarchy and Laszlo on the back couch. We love you, twins.
That's a deep cut that only true gamers will know.
よくわからないけれども、なんかベッドの中の人があれですね、ナースに愛の告白をしてますね。
Good luck on the run, and as always, shout out to the SRR
単なる大好きって意味もあるから愛かどうかはわからないけれども。というわけで右側ゴールに到達しました。
Thank you so much for always support me. Hopefully we'll catch you at another one of these in person. What's the next level? Oh, it's time for this.
Oh, we got the greatest level in one of the greatest levels in video game history. You're gonna love this audience. You're in for a treat with this one.
I don't got too much going on my end while I get right into
This is just unhinged level. This is one of the most unhinged level in the game. It's amazing.
Be ready.
You are not. You think you're prepared.
All right, so they're gonna go. They're gonna be in the plane stowaway.
I'm just gonna shut up while this cutscene plays. It's so funny.
あ、そうっぽいですね。空港のステージなので、おそらく。
Thank you for choosing Titanic Air.
Alright, so they're gonna go Sonic Adventure 2 mode.
危ないぞ、そんな。危なー。
Talk about low budget flights, no footer movies, and they're out of there. They're just gonna start bashing the jet engine. They need it.
なんてことをするんだ。
It's logical. It makes sense.
なんてことをするんだ、この人たちは。この子たち
This
は
is。also one of my favorite parts of the cutscene. Just the way the camera pans.
This actually happened at Pittsburgh International.
大変だー。
It's happened to my buddy Eric.
So normally we don't care about collecting objects in levels, but here we want to collect as many objects as possible because it gives us a boost each time, including these people.
これで進んでいくんですね。やば。
Just so we can go faster.
Yeah, it's akin to.
やばいな。買い物のカードって何でも使えるな。
You know, you get a small little boost. It doesn't increase your
まあ
top speed or anything fancy like that.
別の
Funny reference.
ちょっと全然違うゲームになりますが、とあるホラーゲームでは、その辺のカゴとか箱とかを武器にする主人公もいるので、まああれですね、カートがね、このように使えても特に違和感はないかなと思います。
Yeah, they're just scared of us. So if the regular people are just coins, these are mushrooms. Every time we suck up one of these Verminators, we can just use them as a boost. And boom.
Just burn them, just straight
up.
Yeah, so we're gonna be chilling through here as well. So
大丈夫、あれです。
coming up there in the second Verminator fight in this level, we will be doing a small skip in
カ
order
ートゥー
to
ン
get.
カートゥーンなノリなのでね、おそらく死人は出ません。サウスパークでもないからね、大丈夫です。
So at this point, we're just kind of vibing here. So Satan, I hope you're enjoying this as well, because this is like some of the most I love this game so much.
I am enjoying it so much. Trust me, I am so glad that you all encouraged me to go in
買い物
blind.
のカートでそう坂を下るゲームもあるし、レースをするゲームもあります。
Thank you so much for your generosity. Absolutely incredible. We've also got some donators hopping on that $5 train. We've got $5 from Lily's Dark Materials, who said, I heard there's a dono train. Let's give it a boost.
All right, so what Jaxler did there is there was a second Verminator fight, but you can ride around the edge of the room to skip the fight trigger, and it also skips this intense segment where the Verminator launches a bomb onto the rabbits, and you have a limited time to just not crash in there and reach the level before the bomb explodes. But okay, both of them hit it. That's good.
That's like not a huge time loss if you miss it, but like emotionally it's devastating.
I ran into one of the fans. That's rare.
Yeah, that would be devastating if you actually had the bomb on you, because that loses time.
Yeah, other than just kind of maneuvering, you're just kind of holding one button. So.
All right, so now we're going into Super Racket, which used to be like a good movement level, but pretty like as far as like this game's movement levels go, pretty normal, pretty chill. Until last night, I figured out that so Coco Doggo discovered a cutscene in this level, but could not replicate it. And I figured out a way to replicate it. So we're both actually going to go for it. First time this has ever probably been done RTA, which is really cool. So what we're going to attempt to do is boost off of the roof and then wah at an early timing, so that we're essentially riding the kill plane as we enter a cutscene. and hopefully that will trigger the fight and give us a checkpoint. So we'll see if I get this here. If not, no biggie. So you're gonna hear them die. You're gonna hear the ding. That means I got it. Nice.
Very
And
nice.
so that's going to skip actually a fairly long cutscene.
ブリッジだね。なんか変なとこ抜けたね。
You're gonna see Vaen go for it in a second, and then we have a Verminator here. So there's like, I think it's like a 10-second cut. It's pretty significant. I managed to hit it like during our like main practice race the other day.
Okay, nice. You got it too.
Yeah, I
もう
definitely
一
think
人
you
の
got
方
it.
も
Oh, no, I
成功ですね。
How did that not work?
I might have bought a little
I think
late.
I think you bought
So,
late.
we
But
get to see the cutscene. We get to see the
Yeah.
Verminators. They're all running away, but then they just throw the dogs back down.
yeah, the nice thing about that skip though is that if you miss it, it's kind of risk-free because you just hit the
あれが
cutscene
ター
anyway.
ゲットかな。
Might as well.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. Sometimes like that like toy like
多分
Barbie
そう
doll that walks around
かな。
can get close to you, and if you pick that up,
右
you
側の
activate
方
a
は
cutscene as well. I'm gonna right here boost into a
演
specific
出も全
position.
部
I
カット
unfortunately
され
didn't
て
get
た
the
っぽいか
minute.
ら。
What I'm trying to do there is avoid him climbing up on there because I can't really reach him when he does that. So this level is actually just really short, and that happens to be because this is kind of a level where you're intended to like do it not like non-linearly, but it's like pretty open-ended, and you can kind of get a bunch of XS
この
items.
ゲームは基本
Normally
的
in the
に
game progression, you're
人間
supposed to, in addition to
こう
the
いう
XL items, get
人
these
間にぶつ
XS
かると
items, which are
服が
used
脱げま
to
す。
get additional feet on your pile to the
変
moon,
です
and
ね。
that unlocks new levels from the hub world. But because this is all missions and also the PC port, that doesn't really matter. So we're already at the end of this
服は
level
剥げ
here.
取ります
So we are
で、
going
目的の物
into,
を
I would argue,
回収し
sleeper
ま
hit
した
for one of
ね。
the hardest levels in the run, which is Till Rabbids Do Us Cart. It is the final of the bubble bed levels, and so we're going to see the conclusion of the storyline
あ、
here.
レイド
It's
あ
also
りが
just
と
one
う
of
ご
my
ざい
favorite
ま
levels in
す。
the game. Like the level
現在走
design
られ
is
ている
just
ゲー
super
ムは
sick.
ラビッツ号のホー
The
ム、
vibe, well,
え
the
It's a
vibes are
test.
good in a
カテゴ
funny
リ
way.
はオールミッションズでかつ、
Yeah. In the
並
Wii
走
version,
レー
this
スです
level is
ね。
probably the hardest to get
現在、
100%
世界
on
3位の
because
方
in these
と、
levels,
4
like
位
when you
の
play
方
the
の
Wii version,
並
you
走と
don't
なっ
see
ており
Still
ま
the
す。
Rabbids. That's usually where you drop off your stuff so that if you die, the stuff doesn't get lost. But there's none of them
で
in
右
this
側
level.
の、
And
世界
it's
3位の方が現
really,
在優
really
勢
intense.
となっ
Like
ており
this
ます。
level has so many hidden junk in like places that you wouldn't think to
ち
look.
なみに私は
So
このゲーム
when
のこと
100%
全くわからないん
this,
です
it can be
が
like、really,
なんと
really
な
tough, but we
く
don't
見
worry
てると
about
分かって
that in this run, thankfully.
So this,
分
actually,
か
do
っ
you
て
mind
くるような
covering this
気がす
section
ると
right
思
here?
うの
This
で
is like really tricky.
Okay,
Here.
よかったら
yes.
見てってね。
First off, we have to beat this turret. We have to snake along this narrow path and hit it with 3
まあこう
bombs.
いうゲームはね、
Boom.
そういうの好
And
き
then we
もので
ride
すからね。
like the water
私はね、
all the
全
way
く英
back.
語
We
わから
wanna
ない
make
ん
sure
で、
not to miss the bomb and
あれ
not
なん
to
です
fall in the
が、
water too early.
I'm playing this a
そ
little
の
risky
辺ちょ
as
っ
well
と
by boosting
わ
into
から
the
なくて
bomb. If
非
you
常
do
に
that,
残念なんで
sometimes
す
you can
が、
actually
ま
knock
あ、
the
た
bomb
だ
away.
この
You
ゲームです
basically
ね、
have
日
to wait
本でも
until
発売されているよ
Okay,
うな
that
の
was like a
で、
remote pickup. That
あ
was
の
that was very funny.
Long
Okay.
arms.
And then after this, Jaxler is going to snipe this Vermitop from a distance because normally you have to
興味
strip
のある
these
方はね、
5 wedding attendees and
D1
then
と
the
か、
Verminator
あ、
will
怖
come
い。
to fight. But we want to
There we go.
aggro this Verminator so that way we can take it out to save some
Wii とか
cutscenes.
Wii U でもどうやらプレイ
Or
できる
rather,
ようなの
skip
で
some、cutscenes rather. So we just got a bunch of people in these Verminator
This
suits
is like
because
the
by this point,
slowest.
yeah.
This is like the slowest fight of all. Where did he go?
鬼滅ベッドのまま、
Yeah,
結
the
構の力
Rabbids
取っ
are
てます
pretty
ね。
mad because they did not follow the dress code. I
なんだ
mean,
この状況。
Verminator suits, Santa Claus. This is a black tie event. What are they doing?
Where did Santa go? Oh my God, I'm getting juked so hard by Santa right now. So yeah, Santa just pulled up to the function, and like I just find that so Santa actually takes 3 hits,
あ、なんか
and you
サン
have
タ
to
さんみ
time
たいな。
those hits individually as well, or he will still have iframes. I don't know why Santa Claus has iframes, but this is
やっ
just
ぱり
the
回収
world
さ
we
れ
live
て、
in.
エレベーターの中でくるくる回される鬼滅ベッドの
Yeah,
人。
so Nurse Betty and Barney are actually getting married. So we crash their wedding and steal Barney one more time for good measure. I'm going to be going for something kind of risky here. I'm going to be going
I still
for...
can't believe you do
Yeah,
this.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
Kimetsu
going
Red
for a
Dead
bit of a
ですね。
shortcut where I'm going to land on this, like, this thing that just says gamble. I don't really know gambling.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of scary.
Nice. Okay, you see how tight that is? Yeah. That like
I am
saves
not so
enough
safe.
time to make it worth risking is kind of the logic there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a slightly safer route and go for this platform
そう
on
です
the
ね
right.。
もうさっきからずっとこのね、鬼滅ベッドに入っているおじいちゃんなのかな、患者さんもずっと拉致されてるんで、
How many freaking missions? Like 40?
It's 37. in
ち
the
ょっ
Wii
と
version.
拍手が上がってるからあれなのかな、
Yeah, well, that's
本
like
来
not counting like
Yeah,
the
a lot of
interstitial-
a lot of
ここまで飛ばねえよ
them
って
repeat
ところ
the
ま
same
で
environments.
結
Like
構
some
飛ん
are
でる
the
のかな
same factory, some of them are the same mall, the
They
same
all
office
play
building,
different
the
though. It's the
hospital.
fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's such a worth game to pick up. It's on Wii, so it's like dirt cheap, which is a crime because this game is so good. I feel like people see the games I run and are like, oh, that's probably dog water, but no, this game is like
It's peak.
It's peak. It's
Yeah.
literally peak.
And even though the Wii version's a bit longer to run, this PC version is just that perfect length, under an hour, and it's a pretty accessible to get nowadays because it is an abandonware PC port. So if you're interested in getting this game, the PC port to run, you could just join the Rabbids Go Home Discord, and we're more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do a little more wind stacking here, so I don't end up having to use one of my jumps here. And then we're gonna do some really big leaps of faith here.
Yeah, these platforms are a bit finicky to try and get your turbos.
Oh,
off
and
of.
it ate my turbo. Nice.
yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah, charging the turbo with the bubble bed takes longer than normal too.
Yeah, so those two things combined, it's just like, it's very strange. You gotta be real careful about it.
Yeah, and this one right here. So I'm going for a bit of an alternate strat now just because I end up having... Please give me a boost, thank you.
Yeah, that took way too long.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a little dicey. We're good.
All right.
And then there's like this space rocket thing that's just chilling in the middle of like the Vegas skyline. And it has this weird property where it kind of speeds you up.
あ、
while
そう
you're
ですね。
midair.
ずっ
So you
と
can
同
actually
じ
use
人
that
が
momentum and get a bit further. The way it works
気
is
球
like
に
you're
されて
supposed
る
to
し
rotate it, but we're gonna skip most of the rotating.
愛を誓っている看護婦さんもずっと同じ方です
And they
ね。
have all these
なの
hot
で
coils on them, so like who's
この方
designing
確かあれか
this?
な、
Like
最
who's
初の
going
ステ
to
ー
be
ジの
running on top of this
被
other
害者
than
かな。
rabbits? Do they design
Oh,
them
you
to
know.
be anti-rabbits, just
in
precautionary?
Just in case, you know.
You never know
かわいそうに。
when a couple of rabbits in a shopping cart might just come through.
So we have a couple more tricky snaking patterns here at the end of this
すごい
level.
心のこも
where
ってない
it's-
かわい
it's
そう
a
にって言
really
葉が
narrow
出てしまった
platform, and we
失
do
礼しま
that
した
just because we get a really quick boost over here. There's a bit of a wider one over here. But at this point, the music's going to cue in. But Satan, this would be a really great time for, I'd probably say 2 or 3 messages.
Oh, absolutely. So, chat, I want to let y'all know that your $5 hype train has done an incredible job, but we aren't quite there yet. We've got under $600 to go, just under $600 to go for upgrading Warp Tank Gold to Cherry. Chat, do you want to race alongside Vaen and Jaxler? Let's see who can go faster. Can we meet this upgrade Warp Tank Gold to Cherry incentive by the end of this run? Remember, when you put your donation in, to scroll down to the bottom and click that incentive when you donate. I think we can get it, so let's do it.
We've only got about like 3 levels left after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
it's
run is
quick, but
coming
we
up
can
fast.
absolutely do it, chat. I believe in you. We've also got $15 from Lori
皆
D.
さんお腹減ってない
Bunnykins,
で
who
すか？
says,
大丈夫で
Hi,
すか？
Jaxler. Hi, Vaen. Best of luck on the race. I'm very excited to see my wife's boyfriend's favorite game get run.
というわけでゴールに到達しました
Also, I flipped a coin and it landed on tails, so I'm rooting for Vaen to win.
Why do I
Bracket.
lose half the time?
Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going into high stakes now.
お、
This
ま
is
た
usually a
牛さ
level.
んが
So the nice thing
被
about all
害者だ
missions is you can actually route the levels in any order you
今度の
wish.
牛さんは爆弾を
So a
頭
lot
に
of
つ
times
け
the
られない
runners
よ
will
ね。
do
大丈夫だよ
the
ね。
hardest levels kind of up front. And this is kind of a doozy to put kind of at the end of this route, but we figured it would be more fun to like mix in a lot of the
Yeah.
challenging levels like throughout the game. So, Lunar CJ, do you mind covering the skip that we're going to try to do here?
Right, we got high stakes stake because before we get skip rather, this is another cow chase level, but we normally have to collect 5 pipes in order to progress, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do a bois boost off these stairs and through the window. It's a really tight timing. Yeah, of course, you're not going to get first try a lot of the time. It's really, really hard.
Oh,
Nice,
second
okay.
try. That's really good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It is so easy to just get like absolutely walled by that trick, so.
But because we skipped that that whole pipe collecting segment, we never activate this cow chase, so we can just stroll to the end.
Yeah, this would
Obviously-
normally be like Miami with the little meter on the side, but we didn't hit the trigger, so we're just chilling.
Yeah, and it still allows us to complete the level
Oh, I
at the
thought I
end
got
once
first
we
try.
hit the ramps.
The game has a habit of giving you like
Okay,
Nice.
I got a
second try.
All right.
We're kind of going band for band on a lot of these levels.
Band for band a little bit.
ひでえな。
Just, what was it like? Bubblehead,
Yeah.
backwater, but I forget.
Nick of Time.
Nick of Time. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, no, we were even. Kind of forget. Everything's just been kind of a blur.
Yeah.
Bois.
This
and
has been so
whatnot.
much freaking fun.
It's been great.
There's a lot of really scary projectile rabbit shots, so that's a mechanic that you have. It's a lot more intuitive on the Wii version of the game.
Yeah,
you use the Wii
because the
remote.
lore in Rabbids Go Home Wii is that there's a rabbit in the Wii remote. Like the game starts, it shows unidentified object in your Wiimote, and you see the rabbit in there. But since this is a PC version and we don't have a Wii emote, they map the controls, I think, to the mouse after you hit Alt. If you're using keyboard, but on a controller, it's like the right stick, and it's kind of awkward to control.
Yeah, you can also play this on keyboard.
Yeah, Coco Doggo runs on keyboard and PC.
Yeah, which makes some stuff really hard, but it also makes some of the stuff he does like way more consistent, like some of the 180 clips.
Yeah.
Which luckily we don't have any more of. There is technically one more out of bounds clip that we could be doing, but we have agreed to not do it because it sucks and it's turbo inconsistent. So we're actually going to show you what the level looks like, not casually because we're going to be wah boosting everywhere, but like in a more casual sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a minute long because it's only like, it already skips an already very short level in the run. Like this level was only like a minute and a half before the skip was found.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a weird route here where we're going to start with this one to the left and then instead of just kind of going around in a circle, which is kind of like the old school way of doing it, I figured out that you can get a wah boost over here and sandwich this Santa right here. Every red pipe in this level is guarded by a Santa.
Yep.
So I don't know which one is the real one, but probably not any of them, frankly.
I think all their names are Joe. It's also
I kid you not. Yeah, we got the voice line. There's just, this game is so, obviously, like, we're a rabbit screaming at people, but, like, this game's just writing and sense of humor.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's kind of funny that Santa's an NPC because I got this for Christmas in 2009 as a kid and played it for 7 hours straight. I don't know how my parents let me do that on Christmas Day. And when Santa NPC showed up, I thought that it only showed up because I played it on Christmas.
All right, so I just went ahead and grabbed all of those. I'm going to go for kind of a weird wah boost where you kind of do it off the side of the slope there. It's a little funky to do it like the fastest way. Get one off of that one. And then we hop into here. This is going to launch us into here. If we did the main speedrun strat, we would have just clipped right to the extra large object. And a lot of these extra large objects that are in this run, you just grab them and it just teleports you to the end here. So we are on the final mission now. This is totally tubing. I'm going to probably shut up for the rest of the run. So I'll just probably mention this as well, but time will come up when we break the wall at the end of the final mission. But we still got like another minute or so of level coming up. So Lunatic J, it's all you.
All right, totally tubing. This is another gimmick level that appears twice in the Wii version. Once here, where we are in this inflatable tire and we are just riding down this mountain and bouncing off of these walls. It starts off with the easy section because you're doing your bois with a super rebound, and then you get into some cacti. But unlike most of the game where our health is light bulbs, which is representative of the rabbits having ideas, and when they run out of light bulbs, they run out of ideas.
They get mad.
They get really angry.
But as you can see, there's no ideas here because the main idea is the tube itself. And if you get poked by any of the cacti, it just pops and you die. No room for error.
The one with the tube.
Yeah, the tube. So this level has like really interesting risks versus reward movement where you can take like some really tricky like movements like in between these cacti. I think Jaxler might be going.
I think I'm, you
feeling brave?
I'm feeling brave, even though it could cost me the race. I think we have to for the people.
We really did.
So the hardest skip in this level is coming up. I'm gonna try to avoid a rebound here, and if I set it up right, even if I miss it, I'll get a checkpoint. Yes, let's go!
Now, that looked like a simple slide to the left, but that is way harder than it looks, as you're going so fast down that hill. Ooh, that was really close.
Yeah, that was
very dodgy. Playing it safe here.
We've both had, like, really, really good runs. I like, really want to see what our final times are at the end of this. We've been, like...
I believe we're around, like, like 48.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I don't want to look up, because I don't want to, like...
I haven't even looked up.
I don't want to be distracted driving here.
Chad, that means, by the way, you do not have a whole lot of time to beat these two runners to upgrade Warp
and the level's coming very soon, by the way.
We have less than $300 to go. Vaen and Jaxler, how long do they have?
Okay, get ready.
Time is coming. Get ready on time for me.
佳境って感じだと思います。
Time.
Nice.
Oh my God.
That was a 47.
That's nuts. That's a really good time.
GG's. Oh my goodness.
あ、てかあれですね。右の方、GG ですね。
Make sure you hit the rebound, obviously, but like.
だけど左の方応援しましょう。
That's like been our best like race like out of like any practice we've done.
Yeah, only problem, Vaen.
Get ready for time for Vaen.
Time. Yeah.
はい、GG です。
That was way better than the practice run. Other than you missing
でも十分接戦だな。
This is better than practice. Both of you got like low 49s in the practice room today.
いやー、何もわからないゲームだったけれども、
That's still really
やってることが派手だからすごいわかりやすかったですね。
Yeah, this went beautifully.
Oh my.
All right, you want to do your shoutouts?
I have a lot, so if you want to go first.
Okay. It's insane to be up here after not even being into speedrunning for even that long comparatively. So I'm just super grateful for this opportunity to be up here and kind of show off a childhood favorite a little bit. Just shout out to the RGH Discord. If you want to join, obviously, set up. It's a fun run. Shout out to everyone on the back couch. Everyone.
Yeah, you all were.
You all came in.
Oh my
God.
Wow. It grew in size.
I am very pleased with the turnout.
Let's go, Bingo.
Let's go, Bingo.
Let's go, Bingo. Shout out to everyone watching from home, all my friends at home in other Discords and whatnot. Yeah, I think that'll do it for me.
You want to go next?
Yeah, I'm Lunatic Jay. I'll be on Echoes of Wisdom later in the week as a
Not
bonus
too bad.
game, so when that becomes an incentive, make sure to donate for that. I'll be like a commentator, but I'm also on backup for that. Also check out my YouTube channel. I do speedrun explained and like documentary videos, and I might be making a video on the history of this category. Maybe in a few days releasing, maybe, possibly. So if you want to learn more about the history of this category, tune in for that.
Yeah, the rabbit hole, pun intended, for this game goes like, okay.
Fair enough.
Someone just saying, good one, really loud. That hurt.
True fan.
Yeah, so I'll just get some shout-outs out of the way. First of all, I want to shout out Coco Doggo, who found so much of the stuff you just saw in this run. He currently, I think, has record sweep in this game on both Wii and PC.
I believe so.
He is just a monster at this game, super awesome, and just super helped me learn a lot of stuff when I was learning the run. So I just want to give Coco Doggo a huge shout-out. I want to shout out Ames as well, another really talented runner, found a lot of stuff that you saw in this run too. Shout-outs to the both of them. Shout-outs to, everyone else in the Rabbids Discord. I appreciate y'all so much. I also want to shout out these two as well.
一応ね、この帰るために何かを作ったらしい。
And Vaen
けれ
has
ど
a
も、
first time in
最終的に出来上がったものが何なのかはわからない。
So
ちなみ
you
にこのゲームは、
absolutely killed it.
日本語版も発売されているので、気になる方は、買ってみてもいいかもしれません。PC 版の方はどうかわからないです
If
け
you have
ど。
a problem with Vaen being on here, my fault.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thank you for getting this run in and helping
Wii
me
と
rediscover a
Wii U の
childhood
方
favorite.
で、どうやら発売されていたようです。
If you ever need help, want to learn this game, just shoot us one of us a message. We'd be more than happy to help you. But we're gonna get out of the way here. Thank you so much for letting us do Rabbids Go Home at like a really reasonable time. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for checking out Rabbids Go Home. Enjoy the rest of the week. It's gonna be great. Peace, everybody.
Later.
What's up, AGDQ? How about that Rabbids Go Home race? My boy Jaxler pulling out the dub.
はい、というわけで、ラビッツゴーホームオールミッションズレースでした。
Right now for a bonus game, Breath of the Wild, 2 players, 1 controller, any percent, and I am joined
それ
by
では、
the
次のゲ
impeccable
ームの
Player
準
5,
備
and
に
Mikey's
入り
gone,
ま
who
す
will
の
be
で、
holding 1 controller.
私が準備するわけではないですが、
And soaring through Breath of the
一旦
Wild, you are
失礼
going to
させ
beat
ていた
my
だ
any
きま
percent
す。
time today. Fun fact.
I would hope so.
So I'm oh, you hope? Okay, well that's hurtful. That's hurtful. I want that on the record. That's if we've got a stenographer, that's hurtful. I do got to ask first of all, who is on what side?
It's like this. Yeah, I'm on the right.
This. So your buttons and your analog stick.
Yep.
Interesting. How did that decision get made?
All right, so we sat down.
Yeah.
This was like this is like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
3.5 years
3.5
ago.
years ago, we decided to do a runners meetup and wanted to try out 2 players, 1 controller, and I sat down on the right side of the setup. He sat down on the left, and the rest is history.
Sounds like a delightful meet cute. I sat down on the right side. He sat down on the left. It's the beginning of a great relationship. I feel.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that incentive is open right now. Please do get those donations in and apply them to the incentive. We really want to see this run happen. But I want to highlight these runners in a way you might not be used to. They are co-op partners, and it sounds like for 3 or 4 years now. So I'm curious, how well do they actually know each other? You know, is it all business? Are we sitting down on the left and the right side respectively and just wind bombing Link across Hyrule, or I guess blissing now? Or is it a little more intimate? So today we're going to ask some questions of our players, ask them questions about each other, and we're going to see how many they get right. So my first question And how this is going to work is basically P5, if I ask you a question about Mikey, Mikey will write and hide his answer from you, and then you will just say what your answer is, and then Mikey will turn around his whiteboard, and we'll see if you're correct.
All
okay?
right.
So we're going to ask the same question of each of you each time. So the first question, P5, what is Mikey's favorite video game?
Bro, if you don't get this.
Oh, dude, I've got this. This one's easy.
You've got this?
Yeah,
All right,
I've
we'll wait for Mikey to write down the answer. And of course, I am keeping track of the score, obviously. Okay, P5, what is Mikey's favorite game?
It is Metroid Prime, and he is very sad that I will never play it.
You're never going to play Prime?
Oh, okay, maybe I will, but I have not played it yet.
Okay, the Switch remaster is...
It's so good.
I've heard, I've seen it.
play it.
Real good.
Looks really good.
Okay, that's 1 point for P5. Now it's going to be same question. Mikey, what is Player 5's favorite video game? I think I know the answer.
That's such a tough question.
I
Also, shout out to the Metroid Prime run. Right before our run,
Really?
I'm very excited for that. Shout out to Edson and Vertigo.
Heck yeah.
The GOATs.
The goats, dude.
Obviously, Player 5's favorite video game ever is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I think that is correct. P5, why don't you turn your board around?
Whoa.
Yeah.
No way. I
Whoa.
thought it might be funny if I wrote like Tears of the Kingdom. That'd be a good bit.
We would have been laughing.
That'd be a good bit, and everyone would say, wow, what? Okay, next question. P5, what is Mikey's favorite color?
Yeah, bro. What is it?
All right, I've got a guess.
You've got to guess.
Yep.
That's not encouraging. Guess is not encouraging.
I'm a little concerned about
Oh my
how
God,
much
bro.
he wrote.
How much? You're metagaming? You're metagaming this newlywed game?
I gotta win. I don't know.
All right, P5, what's the answer?
I'm just gonna say blue. That's
Blue?
like his
default?
Switch,
The default
no, it's his
answer.
Switch username's like color. So, but
It is blue/cyan.
Okay, that's why there was so much writing, because
Yeah.
you gave
there was
multiple choice.
honestly, he was trying to mind game me
That was.
with that one.
Okay, why don't we do little tally marks in the top left of your
Okay.
boards for how many? So P5 has 2,
I have 2.
and Mikey's still on 1 right now. But Mikey, same question to P5. Favorite color?
I believe it's blue, because that's his Twitch username color. And if I get that wrong, then cuff me. It's over.
Cuff me.
Lock me up, boys.
We have authorities standing by if any of these questions are wrong. That is true. P5, the answer?
It is blue.
It's blue!
No way.
Okay, 2 points for Mikey. Excellent. Okay, the questions are going to get a little bit harder now
Oh,
for the freebies. Mikey, what is P5's exact any percent time?